Just say from the Omen.
When the Jews return to Zion, and a comet rips the sky, the Holy Roman Empire rises, then you and I must die. From the eternal sea he rises, creating armies on either shore, turning man against his brother, till man exists no more. The book of Revelations predicted it all.
I'm not here to listen to a sermon.
It is by means of a human personality entirely in his possession that Satan will wage his last formidable offense.
It said that my
Go
wife
to
was...
the town of Megiddo, in the old city of Jezreel.
Now, for some reason I decided to start with that. Well, the line, setting man against his brother. First of all, let me say a few quick things about myself. I've lived over in England. I lived over in England in a place called Slough. Slough was a huge industrial estate in Europe. So it attracted loads of different people from all around the world, you know. I've lived with Jamaican, I've lived with Indian, which was great because they taught me how to cook, like, you know. Pakistan, Sikh. I've worked with Africans, Indian, the same. Muslims during Ramadan, right, okay, after they'd finish, right, and we'd be working overtime, I'd go up and sit down and have food with them. Because all their wives would cook food between them, like, you know, and they'd have breads and dips and all that, right, yeah. So now I want to address, right, racism in Ireland, right, the whole racist thing that's coming up and is being said all the time, right, and migrants and refugees and all that type of thing, right. And I want to say that it's my opinion, right, that 99.9% of us, right, okay, 0.999% of us, right, are the people. And the rest is the media, the religio. I call it the Religio, Politico, media, right? That gives us the information and tells us what's going on, right, yeah? And these religio political systems control the statistics, right, okay? They run the colleges, right, okay? The ones who get jobs and research and all that type of thing. It's all a fucking game. But what they do is they set us against each other now, right? And that's what they're doing. They're bringing in people, right, from Syria, right, okay, and all around there, right, yeah, who are 99.999% sheep, right, okay, being led and herded by the wolves. And they're using systems, right, okay, and this system that I want to look at today, right, is this one here, right? I go to RTE. Here's a headline for you. New campaign urges witnesses to report racism. So you're being watched. Your PNQs. What you say now is being watched, right, okay? Yeah. You're in that little supermarket, right, okay? And someone's pushing in front of you. And you're scared now to say anything because you might be reported for racism. And let's face it, right, okay? If there's 5 people around and they happen to be African, right, okay, and they say, I seen it. If you say they're all African, you're being racist now. But it's not us, the people, that are doing this, right, okay, yeah? It's the powers that be. And they've set it up this way. I want to establish this here today between the Africans and all Irish people, Polish, doesn't matter what nationality you are, right, okay, yeah. I was living over in England, right, okay, in 96. In 96 in Ireland, when I left Ireland, right, okay, for the first time, there's very, 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 very few people living in Ireland that were black. That's the truth, right, okay. Most of the people that were living in Ireland that were black were on holidays, tourists, right, okay, American blacks or, you know, English, like, you know what I mean, yeah. But that's the truth of it, right, okay. And for few and far between, right, okay. But the point of the matter is, right, okay, then all of a sudden everything changed, right, okay, with our entrance into Europe and, you know, going deeper into Europe, right, and all of a sudden our borders dropped, right, okay, And they've created over in this country, right, okay, what they're going to do is a Celtic Tiger boom town. So all the Irish people are having a party, right, yeah? And the ones who are working in McDonald's now are driving trucks and they're in a good bob, like, you know what I mean, right, yeah? Because all of a sudden there's jobs now, like, you know what I mean, yeah? There's a boom town and there's builders and everything's being built and these buildings are falling down, for fuck's sake, they're in a heap, however. But the point of the matter is, they boom it up, right, okay, yeah? And the welfare then, right, okay, takes in all the people, right, okay, from around. They're coming from England, right, okay, because they want the welfare, right, okay, because the welfare over here is more attractive. They're coming from Europe, right, okay, yeah, in. There's a huge influx, right, yeah? And now all the Irish people are working and now earning, well, so those figures are telling you, right, okay, yeah? And the situation then evolves, right, okay, where I know a bus driver who's been in the business, like, you know what I mean, all his life, like, you know what I mean, yeah? And he tells me, right, okay, that every single, right, okay, one of these foreigners that are now getting on the bus, he says, right, have got a bus pass. Their social welfare are giving them everything. They're being given their houses and everything. And the Irish people are on boom time, right, okay, but then they pull the bloody rug out from underneath, right, okay, and the Irish people then start going, hold on, I'm struggling here, right, I can't afford it. Over 100,000 people giving their houses back to the banks, right, yeah, and no social housing built, and the stuff that's built, right, okay, is in the heap, right, okay, yeah. And then the good stuff, right, okay, is where, okay, you've got all, this is the truth of it, right, okay, yeah, all the foreign people who came into the country, right, okay, because the system was there designed to bring them in, so that this would be the situation. Now the Irish people look and they go, well, hold on a second, I'll give me house back to the bank and I'll go on social welfare. But it's not as easy as that now, because they're becoming homeless. And then in the media they talk racism and strife. But you see, the Africans who came in, right, okay, we've talked about Africans for the moment, the black Africans, because this is the racist card, and there's Indians and I know all that, right, okay. But really, I just see fucking people, to be honest with you, right, okay, this thing of fucking, I'm Paddy, right, that's what I am, right. I'm called fucking Paddy, right, okay, because I'm as much a fucking slave as the fucking rest of yous, right? 99.9% of the people on this fucking planet, like, you know what I mean, are all fucking slaves and controlled by fucking Religio, media, Politico. The Muslims are prostrated like this, right, okay, praying to a religion called fucking, that's been created by them. The Catholics are doing the same thing. It's the religio political media class, right, okay, yeah, that control us. The Hindus are all doing that. And they accept them all and you all do it together, right, because they all control you together, right, okay, yeah, in a globalist one world government, right, yeah. And they're spreading the people through, right, okay, and I'm going to show you how they're doing that, right, but just touching back on this. New campaign is urging people, right, okay, to start looking at each other, right, okay, and reporting, right, okay, to get a situation where you're afraid to say poo, boo. I call it PR, prick reaction. They get you to react like a prick, that you don't say what you know to be right, whereas the emperor is naked, bollock naked, yeah? The people aren't at fucking war with each other, but they're trying to get them up at fucking war with each other by getting them to watch each other. This is fucking strife, it's breeding strife. Now whoever organised this and brought it around, am I saying all these individuals are doing that? I'm saying you're being used. If your fucking face is in this fucking picture, you're right, okay? You're not going to serve fucking good here, asking people to look at each other and talking of fucking strife for the political, religio, media class, right, okay, yeah? Yeah? We the people, right, the best thing we can do now is start saying hello to each other and start understanding each other, how we're fucking played like cattle, right, okay, yeah? Driven, right, okay, like fucking cocks in a fucking fight against each other, right, yeah? Man against brother, right, yeah? I've lived with every single nationality, I've ate with them, right, okay? They've cooked for me and I've cooked for them, right, okay, yeah? Yeah, we're all brothers. And 99.7 billion on the planet, right, okay, are controlled by a rich billionaire, Bilderberg, royal family, Pope, elite, religio, media class. They're the wolves, right, okay. and word alarms driven, right, okay? Yeah? Look at Syria for a second, the people in Syria, right? The population of Syria, I wonder what the population of it was before the war. Like millions and millions and millions, right? And if you go to footage and have a look at it, you go down, you see streets of poverty, like, you know what I mean, and inequality, the exact same thing, right, okay, yeah? The exact same thing, right? These people, right, okay, 99.99% of them are just ordinary people, like to cook their bread and be with their family and sit around and do things, right, okay? All around the world, they're all the same no matter where you go, right, okay? It's the fucking political religio media, right, okay? And these people, right, okay, that sign on to be brotherhoods and groups, yeah, right, yeah, that are financed by philanthropists, right, okay, which all come down the road from the billionaires who have the agenda, the same people, right, okay, that drove what is called the civil war over in Syria, that started in 2011. I remember hearing it starting in March 2011. And then within no time, right, okay, what had happened was, right, Gaddafi had been taken out of it, hadn't he? Yeah? And then, like, you know what I mean, you had that was after coming back on the back of Saddam Hussein, you know, see, and then you had Gaddafi, right, okay, and the Americans had gone over and they were taking out several rogue nations in conjunction, right, okay, with the Arabs, right, okay, for defecting the oil, right. We know about the Iraqi war, like, you know what I mean, yeah? So the game is being played out by the leaders, just like you have over in Iran. You have a few little that rule the millions, right, okay, with terror and fear, right, okay, the same thing, right? Now they're going to play them in because they're all leaders playing the game behind the scene, right, yeah? And we're the sheep that are being led, right? And then you go, it says, look, donate on this one, right? This is a beaut, right? Okay, yeah, but have quick facts, what you need to know about Syria crisis, right? Okay. There are more than 4.7 million Syrian refugees in neighbouring countries. Nearly 1 million have applied for asylum in the safety of Europe. In the safety of Europe. In the fucking safety of Europe. What a joke, right? Okay. More than 14.5 million people are still in need of assistance inside Syria. Now this is just Syria alone, right? And this is all, like, you know what I mean, up, right, Jordan, right, all look, Lebanon, and right, okay. Anyway, a war started, and it was, we were hearing, right, okay, that after Libya was taken out of it, right, Gaddafi, right, okay, that there was an Al-Qaeda flag flying. You remember them, Al-Qaeda, right, or whatever they were called, right, because they make these names up with something else. They were flying their flag, right, and then all of a sudden they were over then starting the war over in Syria. Huh? Yeah, we were hearing that, like, you know what I mean, yeah, financed by the Americans, right, okay, yeah, as part of their plan to clean up the rogue nations over there, right, the threat that they had permission to do because of 9/11. But however, right, so then, right, okay, what do we get? We get a situation, right, where a couple of armed terrorists are taking over places. We're here, they're taking over places the size of, like, you know, if you're living in Ireland, Cork. These guys are doing great with guns up against the Syrian army, which has tanks, and we're hearing he has tanks on the streets, right, okay, yeah, chemical warfare, right, okay, and all this, right. But yeah, it escalates, right, okay, and it goes on for years and years, by the way, right, yeah, before we ever even hear of ISIS, right, okay, yeah, then ISIS appears on the scene when things are so, you know, getting so catastrophic over there, and we're hearing about refugees and so many people dead, 250,000 dead all of a sudden, right, okay, and the figures climbing up, right, yeah. How much money does it take, right, okay, to wage a war that takes over places and repossesses places, okay, where there's chemical warfare, and peace talks, or like standoff brokers, okay, where they deal with the chemical elements of it. Do you remember that part of it, right? How much money do you think it takes to sustain a war? From March 2011, right, okay, up to the present day, we say August 2016. How much billions and trillions? Where is that money coming from? Who is just ISIS? No, ISIS only appeared in the scene. You know what I mean? Yeah. Where is that money being coming from? Who has been financing that? yeah? And that's driving, right, okay, millions and millions and millions, right, okay, of Muslims through Europe. And now at the moment, right, we're looking at a situation where Turkey, right, okay, is after having a coup. And now 26,000 people have been arrested and thrown into jail, right, okay, by the leader who is now making moves, right, okay, to have the death penalty brought back, right? And he's saying, right, okay, that this has been created by the Americans. So who's playing who and what's playing who, we don't know. But it makes no difference to them because they're behind the fucking screen, because they're the Religio, Politico, media class, and 99.99% of us are just the ordinary people on the street that want to get on, right? They create all this madness and fucking politics and fill our heads with it in our fucking cars going to work, on our radio, in our papers, in our smartphones, and fucking all the whole system, right? Yeah. Yeah, and they want us now to start watching each other, right, okay, in Ireland, right, okay, so that you can fucking hear and see someone saying anything about refugees, right, okay, negative, he's a fucking racist, right? This is a fucking joke. This is really disgusting what I see here, right, okay, yeah, on Irish. Look at this, right? And here's the poster, look at this, right, yeah? I mean, get real, people, right, okay? We all made of the same stuff. Say no to racism. And they got jelly babies. Look. And and what we call a black, it's actually not actually black, it's actually looking at a wine, right, okay, jelly baby. But look, and we're all made of the same stuff. No, we're not, right? We got completely different religions, right, okay? We got completely different social attitudes and things, right, yeah? You know, Africans will stop and talk to each other to pass by, like, you know, on a queue and all that, like, you know what I mean, yeah? Yeah? And sometimes, like, and by nature, they talk loud, right, okay, yeah. So we're not made of the same stuff, right? We're different people, right, okay? And we need to be ourselves and express ourselves and accept ourselves as who we are, right? Which 99.9% of us do. And then you talk up this fucking strife, right, okay, yeah? And then you have in your society, by the way, in Ireland, right, okay, people, right, okay, that are driven, right, okay, to do the odd fucking thing against, right, okay, yeah. You see, it's like this, I put it this way. In social Ireland, right, okay, in Ireland, right, okay, the settled class, as we call them, right, okay, yeah, are made up of 99.9% good people, and then what we call, like, you know what I mean, 1%, point such and such a percent as scumbags. In the travelling community, right, okay, you have 99.999% genuine travellers, right, yeah? But then you have this 1% that are knacker class, right, okay, just like scumbags, right, okay, yeah? And then the black Africans that come into the country, 99.9% of them are good, genuine people, right, okay, that are just finding themselves over here, who would have been over in their own country doing their things, but the bastards moved them out so they could rape their land of all their minerals and their gold, yeah? Yeah, on their false pretenses, right, okay, so they could take their land, basically, right, and throw us all together like cattle into fucking Europe, right? But 99% of them are good, but there is a percentage of them, right, okay, that are just fucking thieves. They probably have their own name for them, right, okay, as I said, in the settled we have scumbags, right, okay, yeah. And the exact same thing with the Polish people, right, okay, 99% of them are good people, you see, genuine people, right, okay, but there'll be an odd criminal amongst them, you know what I mean, yeah? It's as simple as that, right, okay? Who do you think runs the fucking prostitution and the drug racketeering, right, okay? Yeah? And all the money is controlled by the billionaires. It's the political, religious, media class, right, okay, yeah? That sets man against his brother, right? As it says, right, okay, in this verse, my own brother had a song, it was called Man Is Mine. And he used to start it with a particular verse, right, from the Omen, right, yeah? This one here. I read it, it goes, When the Jews return to Zion and a comet rips the sky and the Holy Roman Empire rises, then you and I must die. From the eternal sea he rises, creating armies on either shore, turning man against his brother, till man exists no more. Right? I know black Africans, I know Indians, I know Jamaicans, I know Pakistani, I know Chinese, Japanese, okay? I know the people, not these bastard fucking little elite, rich, poor, okay, yeah? The wolves, the sheep, okay? The political, religio, media class. Don't listen to a word they say. Mayday.